Okay, since you guys gave me good feedback on the first video, I'll continue with this second video. This is more how to customize the About program. So as you can tell here, I fixed up mine. So here's one label, LBL program info. Notice when I select it, and notice the name, LBL program info, that's the name of the object. The text, my first program. The second label, LBL created, and it says created by Javier Rivera. The third label, LBL copyright October 2015. The fourth label, LBL warning, and that long warning that you have to put on there. Then you have a button, and the name of the button, CMD OK, and the text I put click me. The sixth object is the actual form, the whole blue and gray box. It is called FRM About, and I put for text about my program. So those are the minimum requirements. We're going to customize it all now. As a reminder, when I grade this, I will click this properties window to make sure all your objects have the correct prefix. CMD for all buttons, FRM for all forms, LBL for all labels. If any of those are incorrect, you will not get an A+. If you go to the Schoology page, VB three-letter prefixes, that brings up this page. These are all the three-letter IDs. Anytime you create an object, any one of these various objects that you're going to learn, you must name it with the proper 3D prefix, the three-letter prefix. Obviously, we're going to learn a lot, but the form, FRM, label, LBL, a command button, CMD, so buttons used to be called commands, and we're about to use an image box as well, so IMG for images. Going back to the project, first you're just going to have some fun customizing this, as I did with this label. Notice green background, red foreground, I changed the font, even the form. I have the form selected. You can go to back color, custom. I'll pick that one. Changes all of that. Button, back color. I'll change the fore color. Resize it if you want. There are some other ones, appearance, style, that you could play with. The font, I'll just pick Sagio Print, oblique, size 14. Okay. Constantly press save, especially this one, this icon with the 3, save all. I do that every minute. Now, obviously, I would do that with the others as well. I'll leave it be. Notice the maximize, minimize are gone. I told you in the first video. On your form, minimize box false, maximize box false. So once you're done customizing it however you want, some other things, when you press play, remember the green arrow? I'm going to press play. Run my program. Notice, where is the form positioned? It's off center. It's off to the left. That's a pet peeve of mine. It should be in the middle. You can change the position, the startup position of your forms. So again, when the form is selected, you scroll up, scroll down, start position. You have some choices. I almost always pick center screen. Now when I press play, it's in the middle. Click me, it quits. We already had that conversation. Click the coding window, this button right here, and all I've typed is end. Walking around, I noticed some of you right up here, yours doesn't say FRM About.VB, it says Form 1. You never changed it. All you have to do is select it, and here for file name frmabout.vb, press enter. This will automatically change, and again press save. I want everything to have the correct prefix. Now what else could we do? The images. So in case you weren't listening that yesterday, we scroll down here. There is a picture box. I'll click a picture box. You have this, and this little arrow right there allows you to pick the picture. Choose the image in size mode. We had this conversation. Normal, we don't want that. We want stretch image. Choose image. You download it, you found it somewhere. We always click local resource, import. I'll go to my desktop. I made an animated GIF. You can use animated GIFs, not GIFs. So I had some fun with my phone and selfies, scare you guys away. I press play. Should be 9 frames. There it is. But notice the name of that object, picture box 1, not very descriptive. I need to rename that. 3-letter IDs, a picture box PIC or image IMG. Either one of those 3 or those 2. So I have the habit of IMG. IMG selfie GIF. And again, I'll press save. That's the name of that object. So if I ever needed to code that picture, I know what the name of that object is. Now I could add another one. Something new with this version is if I select a form, I learned last year background image. So instead of this peach background, I can put an image there. Import. And I will pick this one. If it works. Maybe not. I'll hit cancel. But you can put a background image to replace the peach. So I'll just leave it as is. I'll do another image, one that's not animated, so you can have more than one. Again, not normal, stretch image, choose image, local resource import. I have this one. Oh, I didn't download it correctly. Let me delete that. I didn't download the picture. I won't bother. So that's how you add images. Other properties that we can change. Notice you have a white cursor. You can change that for all of your objects. So if I select the button, for example, you look at the properties, cursor, the default, the white arrow. You have choices. I will put the cross. So now when I press play and the white arrow gets to that object, now it turns into the crosshairs. And you can do that for every single object, including the form. So even the form, you see I'm on the form, it's selected. I don't want the white arrow. I'll put the weight cursor and the hand. I'm going to change the cross to the hand so that you know that it's clickable. So notice I have this weight, and as I hover over, turns in the hand, which most of us identify the hand as there's something that we can click on. All the objects. I'll do one more. Size all. So although the form has the weight, notice I hover over the green label, turns into the arrows in all directions, and I hover over the button, the hand. So you could have that fun. And notice again what I do. I press save. Icons. I don't like that icon right there. That's the default. That's Windows. Windows 95 or Windows 7. It's an old icon. So we can change icons. You get the prefix and it asks you for icons. Icons are like the old emojis. They're .icos, 256 by 256 bits. If you go to Schoology, I give you a link, Icon Archive. You open that up, and here is a place to find them. Warning, they don't all work. Search icons. I type pirate. Now notice there's all of these, and there's a .ico, .icns, .png, different formats. And again, they don't all work. Size, I believe it's 256 by 256 pixels. Notice there's different resolutions for icons over the years. So I will pick .ico. It downloaded it for me. Show in folder. You see a .ico file. So I'll move this to the desktop so I can find it easily. So now this form is selected. ICO, let's hope it works. It's hit or miss. Yes, it worked. So now I have the pirate icon. So you can find the one that best describes you. There's actually places to make your own as well. You can just Google icon creator, icon maker. If you want the old Windows 95 icons, I provided those as well. So go back into Schoology and notice there is a zip folder, Windows 95 icons. It's about 240 megabytes. I already downloaded it. There it is, a zipped folder. You have to right click once you download, extract all, .540 old icons. You may recognize some of them from when you were a kid. A lot of flags there, arrows, a lot of these icons. Again, they look like emojis, but flags are pretty popular, so there's a lot of flags. So if I wanted to change this icon, there's the icons folder that I just downloaded. Flags, go through, I'll use country USA, and now I have that icon. So again, you get to customize it. And finally, the last thing you can do, a tooltip. So there's another object, this one called tooltip. You just drag it onto here, and basically what you just did is all these objects have a new property called tooltip text. So now I click on click me. Let me click on this button, scroll near the T's. You have, this wasn't there before, tooltip. Watch what happens. I will click directions for that button. Click here to quit program. Now when I press play, that's on the very bottom, click here to quit program. That's tooltip. I can do that for all the other objects as well. It's a new property. I click on this label. I can say, hey, that's me. Save. Press play. There you go. So once you have a project like this,